Ballitore Library and Art Services, it's my pleasure to welcome you all here tonight for this very, very special occasion, the launch of our good friend and neighbour, the late Mary Cousins novel, A Family Secret, 10 Days to Never Forget. I said in the beginning that this is a very special occasion, and if memory serves me right, it's the first time we have had a book launch here in the Mary Leadbeater house. And as you all know, Mary Leadbeater herself was a great lady for writing. And I know if she were around tonight, she would be extremely proud, just as we all are here, to honour our good friend and neighbour, Mary Cousins, and with the launch of her book. Sadly, Mary is not able to be with us tonight. She passed away just 6 months ago. But we have her daughter, Dora-May, here, who will present her book for launching in just a few moments. Anyway, it's with great pleasure that I welcome Mary's daughter, Dora-May, here tonight. I also extend a very warm welcome to Mary's good friend, Larry, who was her friend and constant companion in recent times. That is Larry Murphy. I also extend a warm welcome to Mary's family, her extended family, her friends and all the neighbours, and to all the people of Ballitore. Sadly, both Mary and Aidan are not with us, as I said, but look at the legacy they have both left us. And we all have the great memories of those good people, and I certainly do. And I know that they would be extremely proud, as they are, looking down on us here tonight as their daughter Dora-May presents Mary's book for launching.
They're lovely memories to have, and for Dora-May I think it's a great achievement tonight, and as I said, the written word and the spoken word, and in many ways that's how we express ourselves to each other. And we give thanks for the life of Mary Cousins, for her late husband Aidan, and for her partner Larry, and for all of her family and all they've done in this area. And we ask God's blessing on all of you, and that God will grant Mary eternal rest forever in heaven. Amen.
Amen. So this evening now is a proud evening for Dora and for Larry and for all the Cousin family, as you honour one of your own here in Ballitore. It's a great place to be here. What an achievement to write a book, and it's a marvellous expression of her life. Life is full, at the end of our days, life is full of memories. When we're passing on, the one thing that we will leave behind, please God, is a whole lot of happy memories. And Mary's spirit will live on and never die, as you think of her and of our achievements this evening in writing this book and all the feelings that will come through it. A person may die, but their spirit will live on, and every time you will pick up this book, you will be reminded of that special person that was Mary, and the spirit that she had, and the care and love and kindness that she showed to all of us who were lucky enough to know her. Congratulations to all involved in this beautiful book.
I wish to thank so many people, but I won't go into the list. I wish to thank in particular the camaraderie, the cooperation that built up with Dora-May and ourselves in the production of the book. She made it so easy for us. And of course, what copper fastened everything was the warm welcome that we got here from Mary Malone in Ballitore. We've never met Mary Cousins. Sadly, she left us in April. But as Mary said earlier, what a legacy she has left to Dora-May, and what fun she has left to all of the readers of the book. I hope that you buy copies of this book in multiples. You should have a copy, I would say, in the bathroom. You should have another in the kitchen, another for the beach, one for the office, and even one for the tractor cab if you're bored out on the land all day.
The first I heard about this book was a few years ago. I was making a trip to London, and Mary said, God, I meant to make a trip to London myself. I was thinking of going to London myself. And I said, oh, were you? yeah, I'm writing a book, she said, like the way you'd say I'm making a sandwich. I'm writing a book and they make a trip to London and I just want to be sure that I have my facts right about the trip to London. So I stepped into semi-researcher mode and said, well, can I check out a few things? So we were texting each other and I said, give me a few of the key words. So she was very clever because I bought loads of copies of the book because I don't know the story. She just gave me a few key words and key places that I was to check out while I was in London just to make sure that you hadn't any mistakes. So I was thinking about it, I thought, I don't know I was much good to her, but I enjoy the excitement of it. So now I have my 6 for 50 books ready to enjoy the whole story. And as I read it, enjoy kind of thinking about the whole adventure that Mary had in writing this book. And as I say, my Christmas shopping has started and I hope everybody in the room gets as much enjoyment out of reading the book as I intend to have. So thanks a million and well done again.
With the intelligentsia, cognoscenti, literati and literati present. Oh, thank you very much indeed. I'm not sure where I would fit in that kind of category. But to be here is wonderful this evening, and there is an atmosphere in this place. You can feel it. This woman that wrote the book, it's all with us there. I can feel my thoughts. People who passed on, you feel them. But coming in here this evening, I said, I wonder what the devil will I say to him. You see, what counties will be here? God, like United Nations, they're all here. I can't defend the Wexford people. You couldn't defend them, because they do everything. Carlow, Kildare. Oh, and I was down by in Obama land during the week, and down that place in County Offaly, in between Tipperary. But to be here is wonderful, and this experience. And to launch a book, I don't know if I've ever launched a book before in 50 years of broadcasting. This may be my first time, and it's wonderful. And the bits that I heard, the extracts, I want to read all this in the car coming back. But happily I won't be driving, so it'll be safe enough. What an extraordinary woman she must have been, and I think it's wonderful. And I was thinking of other writers that I had met over the years, and one that comes to mind was John Steinbeck, the great American writer. He was down in Waterville in Kerry on holidays. And typically me, I turned up 10:30 one night and said, I want to see John Steinbeck. And the man said, sure, you worked here as a night porter yourself. You couldn't go and meet him at 10:30. This huge figure suddenly arrived and said, what the hell's going on here? And he talked to me about writing. He was a wonderful, wonderful, kindly man. He was one, and the other was Elizabeth Bowen, the North Cork writer. I come from Doneraile, same kind of place. And this lady is part of that. And James Joyce and the gentleman who wrote the words, they're all together. They're all here. There's not just us, but the writers of the world are here this evening. This could well be described. Hey, look at your watch, or I can see that. It's okay. It's okay.
It's not for that reason. I thought I was thinking of something else.
Oh, very good. I often do that myself too.
Hello everybody. I'm sorry if I didn't get to say hello to you yet. I don't know how religious anyone is, but there's a great sense of Mommy being here tonight in the room, isn't there? Yeah. Okay. So I'm not as good as everyone else. I don't know it in my head. I have to read it. Sorry. Thank you all very much for coming to this amazing occasion that is the launch of my mother's book. I remember sitting up in the hospital with Mum and talking about things that she'd wish for when she was gone. I started crying and said, I promise I'll get your book published for you, Mum. She insisted for me to see if I could get a publisher because she believed it was good enough to be published. She wrote and finished the book during her cancer treatments. I never had any doubt, and neither did she, that she could do it. She was without doubt the biggest perfectionist I know. That was what most of the fights were about. Will you do that for me though, she'd say. Yeah, I'll do it in a minute, Mum. Well, I prefer if you do it now though, she'd say. Mum really didn't think she'd die of cancer. She always kept the bright side out. I remember asking her one day, do you think you'll die, Mum? I hope not anyway though, she'd say. Even a few days before she passed away, one of her friends went in to see her and asked how she was. Asked her, been better, she replied. That was Mommy in a nutshell. I can probably name 20 people in this room that she asked to look after me. That was her biggest worry. She had accepted her own fate. Blackrock was a place we spent a lot of time in the end, and we both grew to love the nurses and doctors there. They really were good to her. When Mum was on her last day, she kept telling stories and actually having a laugh with us at home, which was mad. She'd still put her little input in, even though she wasn't really all alert. But we had a nice time. It was nice having Ger, Dorian and Sarah here and Dwight. But they're all sending their best wishes, and they're sorry they can't make it, but I'll be sending them copies. This is what I have on. I have the last little bit I want to say on. Well, I don't know. It's having a little announcement to make, just according to Michael. I'm moving actually from Mount Wolseley in Tullow to Michael Murphy's in Newbridge. There's opened up a new cafe there, and I'm moving there shortly. So if anyone wants to come over and visit, get some recipes off me, because I'm going to probably publish my own recipe book next year. And
well done! Hey, well done!
If not, we can do it anyone can. So yeah, thank you very much for all coming and your support, and delighted. Thank you.
Lovely. Well done.
Everybody, from the very top of the list to the very bottom of the list, of anybody who had any involvement in getting tonight, together. It was a real pleasure to be involved with it, but I single out Michael Freeman as a man who has gone to the ends of the earth in the details he has remembered and, suggested, and in a lovely, kindly way made the night the success it is. I thank him very, very much, Michael. But it wouldn't have happened without Mary, and for that I thank especially Dora-May. She's a great young lady with great dignity and courage, and she has done something tonight with great style, and I know she has made her mum and dad extremely proud. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen. God bless you all. Enjoy the rest of the night and take care on the roads.